In this lesson, we'll be learning about independent personal pronouns. Some of you might be wondering, what are personal pronouns? Well, the pronouns are short words that we use as simple substitute for the proper name of a person. We are familiar with using pronouns all the time. I point to myself. You, as in talking directly to the person in front of you, perhaps. And there's a third person pronouns, he, that is a masculine person over there, she, a feminine person over there. And they're plural forms. We, when I'm talking about the group that I'm immediately associated with, y'all, if you're from the South, meaning you all, plural of you, and the third person plural pronoun they, as in a group of people, whether masculine or feminine or mixed, over there. Like English, Hebrew also has independent personal pronouns. So it is very important that you memorize these as if they were vocabs. These are going to be used over and over in the Bible. So it's critical that you really have a good grasp of these personal pronouns. And one thing you're going to find out is that there's something also called the pronominal suffixes, which are based on the pronouns. So it will really help you if you memorize these really well at this point. Let's begin with the first person pronouns. First person pronouns are common, they're without gender, and the singular form is ani or anochi. Some students ask me what's the difference between ani and anochi, and there's really no difference. Both simply mean I. The plural form of ani or I is anachnu. You're going to notice that there is a shurek ending, the u at the end. And this is helpful because I always like to say that u indicates plural. So these u ending usually indicate that there are more than one. The second person form distinguishes between genders. So ata with a kametz he ending actually is a masculine singular form. I know this might throw some of you off because if you're a good student, you know that nouns with a kametz he ending usually indicate feminine nouns. Well, I know it seems backwards, but in the independent personal pronouns, just know that the kametz he ending actually is a masculine ending. So ata, as in you, masculine. The feminine form is actually a shortened form, at. It has a tav with a sheva ending. At is the feminine singular form. With the second person plural forms, the second person masculine you all, guys, is written as atem. This might be simple because it finishes with a M and the at is already you. So you plus a mem ending sounds just like how a masculine plural noun ends. A masculine plural noun, if you remember, ends with a im. So you're already familiar with a mem ending being associated with a masculine plural ending. So atem is you all guys. The feminine plural ending is aten. Instead of mem, it concludes with a nun. Maybe one way to say that, remember that nun is feminine, is maybe nuns or usually women. So just as nuns are women, aten with its nun ending indicate female plurality. You all ladies. The third person singular personal pronouns can be really simply memorized with a simple joke. He is she, and who is he? So let's say that again. Well, who is he, and he is she? So this is a simple wordplay because the word who means he, and the word he in Hebrew means she. The plural form is clearly based on the singular form. Just as the singular third person pronouns both begin with a he, so do the plural pronouns. They both begin with a he and end with a plural gendered ending. At this point, you're already familiar with this. The masculine plural ending is a mem. So hem or hema, they both mean they, as in those dudes. And the feminine plural ending is a nun. Remember, maybe nun for nuns when they're more than one female. So henna means they, ladies, or them ladies, or those ladies. Yes. Sometimes paying attention to the pronouns really have exegetical implications. So let's look at the passage of 2 Kings chapter 8, verse 1. Kumi ulechi at u beitech veguri ba'asher taguri. Often this passage is translated as, "Arise, go, you and your household, and sojourn where you will sojourn." In this passage, Elisha's warning a Shunammite woman to abandon her house to flee from the coming 7-year famine. Maybe you might say, well, it seems like that's clear from the passage, but what really, if you pay attention to the structure and how this passage is said, it places emphasis on the word you. The text emphasizes the role of the woman as the household leader in this passage, which is very surprising because in English, when you say you, it could mean you masculine, you feminine, or you all, because you is used as a pronoun to express all of these things. However, in Hebrew, it's very gendered and specific as well as number specific. The Hebrew pronoun used here is at, and at this point, you know that means you, feminine, singular, you woman. And this is surprising because we know that the Shunammite woman used to be married. She had a husband. There's debate as to what happened to the husband here. Did the husband pass away? But whatever the fate of the husband, the passage here and Elisha's speech is specifically addressing to you, the woman, and you as the head of the household need to take the responsibility to save your family. And we can see this not only from the personal pronoun at, we can also see that the second person address being emphasized over and over. For example, the first two verbs, arise and go, kumi ulechi, these are both also written in the second person singular feminine form, meaning you woman, go, you woman, arise, you woman, guri, sojourn. Time and time again, the second person address is being emphasized. So here you can see, even early in the biblical period, that the woman is taking responsibility to save her family. She is the primary agent in this story who takes action to save her house and her children.